Alright, let's do some more Endless Ocean. I've got that previous video uploading. It's surprising, actually, how long it takes for videos to upload. It wasn't until I started recording YouTube videos that I really started appreciating just how long it takes. So, we got a goldfish and nothing else. So we're just gonna make the most of it. This life probably won't get too far, but maybe we'll get lucky. There's so much to be said about how the enemies are decided, how stuff is generated, how those dang treasure chests keep mocking me by being just out of reach. Look at that. Look at that. That is definitely planned. I just have to sit here and wish. Okay. So those double shielded drones go down pretty easy. Endless Ocean is a good chance to figure out the tentacles, because you really don't have to keep them for long. You do the very first level with 2 tentacles, and then you immediately start focusing on the upgrades you can get, and you can immediately buy upgrades in the future. It's those armored subs. They are ruthless. Goldfish, save me. Is there something I could be doing better with multiple tentacles? I just think that that's just unavoidable. I don't think I'm gonna get that 600 that I need. Come on. Oh, I almost had him. Okay. Not the best start, but you know what? I'm gonna make it work. Goldfish, snake, snail. Look at this. This actually looks kind of cool. Having the tentacles so out there like that is... it's a little weird, but it makes him look pretty cool. Alright. So, first life goes away pretty fast, but I just have to be really smart about using this snake. I haven't had any stealth enemies so far, so that should make it easier. The armored sub will be defeated by a snake. You just have to start on it immediately. So when I get into the later waves, it's gonna get pretty tricky. Huh? Ooh. Oh. Getting the gold from the guppies is also a pretty big deal, because it's 4 times as much as you would get from a silver doubloon. So it seems like I should be celebrating every time I get a gold one, at least early on. Ooh. How much gold do I need? Maybe... Oh boy. Oh, another gold, that's really nice. That's okay, just lost the snail. Maybe a couple thousand. I mean, that's 1 hit in 1,000 gold. So, it's a good place to start. Armored subs starting to show up. So, another gold doubloon. 2 gold doubloons! I will see if I can't. 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. I don't think I was gonna get that one. If I was really creative, I could get the snake to hit about the same time as, well, I was saying I could get the snake to hit and then move to the tentacle and go back and forth, but that's really tough to do. You just have to learn to rely. You just have to learn to get an anglerfish. I was talking to one of the subreddit mods, and they said that they're not too fond of that, which I totally understand. I have my own issues with mechanics that lean that way, but I think that the Firefly does a really good job of balancing it out. Oh, another gold! I'm feeling pretty good. 2,000, I feel like that was a reasonable goal. Okay. Destroy. Destroy. You're not stealthed, so no problem at all. Wave 12. I think I have to get to wave 20, or at least wave 15, before I start on wave 10. So maybe in the future, when I'm thinking about how I want to... when I want to die, I can use that. Okay. This is a lot of stuff I could be getting. First of all, not time for a tentacle. I don't need one yet. I've still got a blank one to fill. Pufferfish, yes. Coral or queen bee? If I get coral and a cobra, I have more focused damage. I have more health. I think I'm gonna go with the health while I've got the chance. Grab the cobra. And I guess, since I've got the cash, I'm gonna add a tentacle. I'll put it behind the goldfish to start dealing with that. So now I'm a Pentageddon. I think I did a good job there. Starting at wave 1 again, which may be good. I will have to find out what wave is best to lose your life, because if you start right away on a harder wave, then you're gonna survive fewer of those waves. So if you know you're gonna die, then you can give yourself a bit more leeway on earning money for your next life by sacrificing that life, possibly at 19. I think I'll do something like that behind the scenes. I know I've played every single one of these, but I think something like that requires a bit more sciencey of an approach. I don't think I'll have to use Spike until... Oh, treasure, thank you. I don't think I'll have to use Spike until maybe wave 12 or 13. I got so distracted trying to not lose life that I lost gold. I guess what's the value of a heart? How much money, how much booty do I need to get before it's worth losing a heart to get money, or worth dying? Because the urge is to go as far as you can. A lot of people, I've been watching some other YouTubers who played this game, and they've referred to it specifically as a tower defense game. So their approach is you have to put your towers on the best you can, and then use those towers to make the most progress. I think I'm gonna have to use Spike here. And very nice. So people who have referred to this as a tower defense game I think that they're referring to this specifically as, okay, get rid of that. Maybe I could have gone a little bit, faster with that. I think people are talking about the fact that you upgrade the number of tentacles and what each of those does. So the focus in that sense is on, it's about the tentacles. It's about the upgrades you can get, the money you're spending beating the enemies. Whereas for me, for someone who plays these kind of arcade-style games more, this feels more like a roguelite because of the deaths, the fact that you have to restart every time you fail. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Woo! And the persistence of the upgrades, which is the distinction between a roguelite and a roguelike. A roguelike is a very specific category. This is where Spike's gonna help me out. Oh man, I'm feeling really good about this. Wave 14. I might end up getting to 20 on this. So yeah, I totally see the tower defense elements that this game has. And I would say, kind of as a compromise, that this game is a tower defense roguelite, because your ability, darn it, to get upgrades is based on your persistence through the levels. Oh boy. One. Oh, man. Spike read my mind, and he saved me at the best possible moment. No more coral. Those super speedy subs are causing me a bit of a bother. Okay, I can get rid of both of these, no problem. There we go. So it is a tower defense in the sense that you're upgrading your buildings, which are your tentacles, and you are ensuring that you have the best upgrades to beat the onslaught of enemies. Oh boy. You also have a limited number of lives, and you get multiple chances. You get opportunities to upgrade your abilities and your stats. Oh, I got hit by the little sub. Wave 19. I'm assuming this is where I would die. And maybe I will. If I die and I go to wave 1, then there we go. Oh my goodness. And then I died. I didn't even try to die, and I died. Okay. If I get a tentacle, I want a porcupine. But I also want a goldfish. But I also want a king cobra. So let's do this. King cobra, right there. Tentacle, right there. Goldfish, B. I think that's a good compromise. Okay, so let's see what wave I start on. Wave 1. So, now the question is, now that we've established that there is a maximum wave, which is wave 19, that will spawn us back on wave 1, the question is, or a minimum wave that will spawn us on 1, what is the maximum? Is it 20? That seems like the case for me, at least. Is it 25? Whatever. And if you have watched my other videos and you've noticed that trend, I would love to hear that, because sometimes it gets lonely trying to theory craft all on my own. Get some gold. Cobras, goldfish, 3 goldfish. I feel very good about this. I think I'll get to wave 20 this time. I think I'll be able to get enough money to make it worth my while. I could have gotten an anglerfish. I don't remember if there was one available, but I could have gotten one. And that maybe is the only misstep of that last purchase. I got something for damage when I could have gotten something for stealth reveal. I could have gotten a firefly, but I don't think I saw a firefly. Alright. Oh, I forget that the bee is launching bees. So so it was a little confusing. So to go back to the genre conversation for a bit, I consider it a roguelite because of the permadeath, the persistence, the upgrades. There are games like Flint Hook, The Binding of Isaac, which is a bit more gruesome for the younger viewers among you. And these are games where losing means you start over, but you do have those extra unlocks. Now, for Octogeddon, you have sort of a level up system, because you get health, you get new unlocks, you start with more gold, you start with more options. There are all these things that make it feel like you have leveled up. And that is the difference between a roguelike with a K. Oh, that's such a mouthful. A roguelike and a roguelite with a T. There's this old game called, you guessed it, Rogue, and it is a sort of text. It's like an ASCII grid-based RPG that is about going into a dungeon, gathering gold, fighting things. And because it was made in the 1700s, people think that that's like the most important thing to judge when you're looking at games. And I don't like that. I think that the desire to keep these words so, I mean, it's, if I were trying to describe Octogeddon before I played it, that wouldn't be a very useful way to describe it. In this same way, people use these old games from before there was a whole industry and there were schools and there was a conversation about them. People are using that to decide how games 30 years, 40 years, it's almost 40 years since games like Pac-Man started to be a thing. Oh, and we still use those games to define stuff as arcade. I would say that Octogeddon is an arcade game. It's fast-paced, it has lives, it uses, it gets progressively harder using a little bit of randomness to nudge it along. Plants vs. Zombies, Insaniquarium, these are all considered arcade games because of this dynamic that is created. Okay, I'm at wave 20, so I think now I've unlocked, I think now I've unlocked wave 10 as my start wave. So we have all these really old words. Hollow Knight, which I talk up a lot because I'm probably going to end up playing it on this channel. It's just, It's a very fun game. Oh. It's why I made that bot that I made in the first place. But Hollow Knight is called a Metroidvania. That is a combination of... Oh, I forgot I had the pufferfish. That's a combination of two words from games. Metroid, which is the game with Samus. For those of you Nintendo fans, you're rolling your eyes as if people don't know that, but some people don't. So, there's Metroid, which is a platformer, an action game. You have little guns and upgrades. It's got bits of RPG elements. And then Castlevania, which is also a platformer. It has RPG and progression elements, has unlockable items. It has the sort of RPG-like variants throughout. And we use that. We use games. We're talking about games that are at least 10 years old to explain games today that are... Hollow Knight came out last year. It came out in like February. And we're using that today to decide how we want to talk about... Oh, at least I got a conch. So this is... We're kind of behind the curve. You know, if you ask somebody to describe what Angry Birds is, chances are they're going to tell you it's a mobile game, or they're going to tell you maybe it's an arcade game, or it is a puzzle game. These terms are all super old. They come from a time when the way that we described games... Oh, I had Spike. I could have saved myself. Wave 29. Okay, so the question is, do I let myself die? I think I'm going to be strategic, and I'm going to... Oh, no, I got hit, and then I killed all the enemies, and then I didn't... Oh, a black mamba. I want it so bad. I gotta get it, right? Replace the cobra. I've got no lives left. Replace a goldfish. Maybe I can do this. Oh, I got to wave 29? Yeah, or wave 30. That's pretty good. I think I'm in much better shape. The bees are good because I don't have to think about them. They'll just do their job. No stealth, though, which is... maybe something I should have done. Maybe I wasn't able to, though, so I'll forgive myself. But yeah, Metroidvania, we call Super Mario, any game that involves doing, that's like a platformer game that involves collecting a bunch of stuff, we call that a collectathon. When you have, like, a Hat in Time is a collectathon, because you go through each of the individual levels, and your task is to get the thing. Ukulele, that's a collectathon. The goal is get the thing. And in every level, you have to get the thing. You jump, you fly, you get upgrades, you get the thing. But Super Mario 64 isn't a collectathon. That's a 3D platformer. That's even a 3D action platformer. So all these old games get these titles because they're well known. People know what the games are. They know enough that they're that they forgive the mistake in... They're less pedantic, which means they don't care about the words that they use and the meaning of those words, as long as people kind of know what they mean. So these old games that are older than some of you, are being used to describe all the games that you're growing up with and playing. And so there's this bias. It's like when the Dark Souls games came out. there's this bias. People kind of compare it to Zelda, and they kind of compare it to stuff like Tomb Raider, which those games never really did super well, admittedly. At least not when I was aware of them and engaging with them when the PlayStation was a thing. But I got distracted. I was remembering fondly the PlayStation for me. My dad, he worked at a rent-to-own company, so they did like, oh boy. He worked at a company that also like sold video game consoles. And there was he ended up finding out about like a yard sale or something, and he bought like 40 PlayStation games. And then he gave it to us for Christmas in July. So Tomb Raider was either a demo or it was like a full game. What? I just got a life! I got a life! Excuse me. That was so shocking to me that I was thinking about, like, maybe if I could get a life. I got a life! That's the first time I've ever done that. I don't even remember what I was talking about. I'm on wave 30. I've got another life. This changes everything. I mean, the goldfish end up being useful. Is that like a thing that happens specifically when you have low health? That's awesome, and it says Octogeddon. That's amazing. Normally I would have shouted angrily at losing life, but I had to take a drink because I was so shocked by that I started coughing. Alright, and boop, 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 boop. I'm on wave 32. I could do it this time. I've got a black mamba, a lot of damage. I've got 4,000 gold. I've got so much. I'm speechless. I mean, speechless. I'm still talking, but you know what I mean. I'm feeling really good about this. The question is, do I die before I'll let the game decide if I die before I get to wave 40. Because I've got a decent amount of money. I could get a couple of queen bees. I don't need any more tentacles, I don't think, at least. Oh. I had Spike. Could have used it, but that's okay. Oh, I missed it again. A nice thing about this game, if you try to use your pet when you're getting hit, you won't use it. So you have a chance to decide again if that's really what you want to do. And get rid of all these sharks. These are the mega sharks. The black plated armor is mega. 38. I think I could do this. I'm doing pretty well so far. I don't know if I'm going to make it past this last wave. Because I don't have... maybe I am. This is a way easier wave. I think I did it. So now I should unlock wave 30. I think I'm going to do it this time. I mean, having the Black Mamba has been really helpful, but this has been a pretty successful journey. I've got a lot of shells, so even after the fact, I'll... Oh! I have Spike back. He can save me from another couple of fronts. Maybe I should have saved it, but I'm gonna be safe rather than sorry. I'm so close. A boss! There's a boss that spawned! Am I gonna have to start fighting bosses now? I don't know what I'm gonna do. Well, I do know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna die. I can't tell what the health is for this guy, but I've dealt with all the starter enemies. So now I've got a chance to focus on... Okay, there's phase 1. I've got a chance to focus on him. Oh my goodness. Wave 43. Is this another boss? Oh no, I have to fight 2 of them! What is going on? Oh boy, okay. That's okay though. I got this. Okay. Now I've just got the bosses. Easy. It's the bosses that are the easy part, funny enough. It's all the enemies around them that are hard. Okay. I don't think I'm gonna get it through this time, but... Am I gonna have to just keep fighting more of these? Now what? Please don't get... Oh. Please don't send another one. Okay, it's just one. I'm getting more gold. Oh no! Oh, I was trying to activate Spike. Whoa, this is like super serious now. I have a chance. Do I get a dragon? I haven't gotten a dragon before. Do dragons breathe fire underwater? I don't know. Okay. I normally wouldn't do this, but this is really important, so I have to... I'm gonna go to the wiki. I'll put a link to it. I have to see. I just gotta make sure that the dragon's gonna work. Oh no, it's not showing up! Oh no, okay. Oh, I gotta really think about this. I did really well. So I have to get rid of... those goldfish now. This is my last life as far as I know. So I'm gonna get a dragon on this side next to the black mamba, and I'm gonna get a frog on the other side. Oh man, this is so stressful. Should I get a cobra? I like the bees. The bees do low damage, the cobra does medium damage. Oh, it's so stressful. I am gonna do it just because it says it does more damage. So I'm gonna go with the medium damage rather than the high damage. Okay. So you stay still for a bit. Oh, nice. You stay still, the dragon breathes fire. Thank goodness for that. That would have been the worst thing to discover. Oh, already lost a health. Maybe I'll get lucky. Maybe I'll get a life. Okay, let's be smarter about this. The dragon will take care of things like bosses that are running through. I should have... Did I not... Was there a firefly? Maybe I should have gotten a firefly. So the dragon will just blaze through all those mega subs and anything like it. I'll let the dragon be my trump card. And then, in the meantime, I can actually use the frog more effectively. Oh, perfect timing. The frog will grab some of the really tough enemies. The dragon will shoot when it can. Oh boy. Oh. I'm getting flustered. I'm getting scared. Maybe I'll do it this time. Maybe I'll be able to... Oh! Maybe I'll be able to do it and get to wave 50. I'm fighting bosses now, though, which is pretty tough. Oh, and now I can start grabbing sharks. Okay, grab these sharks. Show them who's boss. I'm not even gonna worry. Come on, gimme. Oh, look at all that money. And no lives to spend it on. And then I got hit again. Okay. Get serious now. Don't let it get to your head. You got this. I gotta focus on the Black Mamba again. Make sure that I'm not getting gimmicky. Didn't need to do that, but I just gotta focus on the damage that I know I can do with the Black Mamba, and I'll let everything else come second. And then I got hit again. Oh man, this is such a disaster. I was doing so well. And then I just was so excited to try out the dragon that I just ruined it. But okay, health can still show up. And I can get a life. And I'm on wave 40. So I'll just dodge those shots. Oh, or I'll die immediately. 44! I got 4 waves farther, so that's pretty good. I think I've got a good chance of beating it next time. This is a lot shorter than usual. I've been doing a lot of hour-long things, but I think I'm gonna call it here. I guess I'll spend my shells first, see what's available. Oh, if I get it, then I won't be tempted to get it later. I'm just gonna get it. And there's a 10th. Okay. So that means that what I had said before about getting the extra lab slots, the lives, the start with, let me crazy? No, I will not let you crazy. Oh, man. That was tense. Almost got it. 44 was pretty good. The funny thing is I got to 44 before I even had the dragon. I got to 44 before my extra life. And I think if I'm gonna use the dragon, I have to think more about it like a melee. It's like the narwhal. It just takes up so much... It takes up so much extra time and energy to make it work. I could get a chicken. I think... Well, I'm gonna call it here. I will, I'll get back into the thick of things next time. And maybe, just maybe this time, I'll be able to get to wave 50 and beyond. Thanks for watching.